Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another Victory Group. You know I'm happy. Usually you're on the set with me today, man. We're back in the saddle together. If you're a visitor, you don't know my joy. I got my good thing with me. We welcome you. We're the pastors of Victory in Christ Christian Center. Who are you, young lady?
I am Pastor Aisha.
She's back.
I'm back.
She's back. And I'm Bishop John, and we are the pastors of the greatest church on the planet. So we say hello if you're a visitor.
Hello,
to all of our partners. You know we love you, man, and just so appreciate you. We're so honored to be your pastors. And so let's dive into this group today. We're in a series entitled I'm One of
Them.
I'm one of them.
Are you one of them?
I don't know.
Not,
I'm one of them. Are you one of them?
I'm one of them.
I'm one of them.
I hope you're one of them. And if you're not one of them yet, I hope you are taking the process into becoming one of them.
Yes.
You're utilizing the tools that we've been teaching on Sundays and Wednesdays, and you're really taking corresponding, suitable, appropriate action, faith steps to become one of them.
Yes. It's from Mark 16 that starts at verse 15. And these signs shall follow them that believe. They shall cast out devils. Man, they shall speak in new tongues. If they pick up any deadly thing, it won't hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. I mean, and Jesus in Mark 15, Mark 16 rather, we've been talking about, he's commissioning the church how to live in his absence. Saying these are the things that those that are one of them, how they live. We're supposed to live in this victorious state. Doesn't mean we won't have problems. But it means we handle the problems in a victorious way because we're really one of them. And we've been tying this into then Ephesians 2:10 that talks about God leaves our light out. And there's these pathways that God has established for you and I to go down prior to us being born. And he's called us to good works and destiny and great things. But the thing we've been examining is why so many believers get stuck and hindered and prohibited from really doing what God has called them to do and from enjoying life. And it's really because they get baited in this thing called offense. They get offended. And so we've been talking about I'm one of them who doesn't get offended. I'm one of them who doesn't get offended. But this is the reality. If you just keep living, offenses will come.
Yes, they will.
Jesus said that. He said that in Matthew.
He said offenses will come.
He said offenses will come.
They will.
They will come. He says, but woe to them who offenses come through. And that if we offend a spiritually immature or babe, it's better that a millstone
be tied around your neck
and thrown in the depths of the sea. It's like that you never existed. And so many believers get offended way too easy. They take the bait of offense and get offended way too easy. Now, very quickly, we say offense. What are we talking about? When we say get offended, what are we talking about? What's our definition?
Well, we said the definition of offense was the state of resentment and negative response after accepting a perceived, that's the key, perceived, intentional or unintentional violation of one person believed to have the goal of causing pain, harm, or disrespect.
And that's the key is perceived.
It's
your perception.
Your perception,
that offenses are most times rooted in perception. I perceive that you meant to do something. I perceive that you did something. And we take this assumption of this perception and we make it a reality.
A reality and truth. And it may not be truth, but reality.
And so anytime, the key here is anytime you are having this perception of somebody trying to do something to you and it's stirring up these feelings, you gotta tie it into I'm under satanic attack. The enemy, because he understands the devastation of offenses, wants you to take the bait of offense. Meaning you don't have to take the bait of offense, but so many believers do, because we found out that offense is diverse. It comes in so many different ways. And we looked at that. You have that in front of you. Just run through real quick the ways that it comes.
We said that it can come through mistakes that are happening against us. We said that it can come through malice against us. Misguided expectations of others. We talked about it could come through the mistakes against others. and the mistake against potential against
against
others.
So
yes.
yeah, so it's, you know, whether it's stuff done to us or to other people that we love, or, you know, we turn around and we have this thing against other people, certain classes of people. Don't feel that women can, you know, women can run organizations. You know, when we're driving, anytime I see a woman doing a construction work or whatever, I'm always like, you go, girl. But, you know, we can get offended when things happen to us or to other people we love, or whatever the case is. We can get offended. In other words, there's so many opportunities for offense to come to us. And Jesus, again, he said offense would come.
And the enemy will make sure that those offenses try to come in order to get you to be shut down and not walk in what God has called you to walk in.
Offenses will come, but I don't have to take it. When it comes, it's like when a package comes to your house that's not yours, you don't keep it unless you're trifling. You then send it back. You go, no, that doesn't belong here. Wrong, you know, wrong receiver information.
Bishop be trying to get me to be offended all the time, but I'm like, I ain't gonna go there. I'm just not gonna go there.
But see, I'm okay because she's not spiritually immature.
But that don't mean you don't try to get me offended.
Yeah, she never gets me offended, ever.
He's just happy-go-lucky, that's all.
But here's the deal. You can't mess around with offense.
No.
You can't mess around with it because offense is devastating. It's silent but deadly. There's no big deal when you get offended. The big deal is after you're offended. The Bible says that if you get offended, you're harder to win back than a walled city. So there's no major deal when you take the bait of it, but there is a major ordeal once you have taken the bait, the manifestation of it. Because we talked about all the different devastations. We talked about there's hindrance in getting revelation. A hindrance. It's blocked revelation that, you know, all of a sudden the people that you receive guidance from, counsel from, you can't, you know, you can't get that. What else we talked about? What else?
Devastation of broken relationships.
Yeah, broken. I mean, how many relationships are broken because somebody got offended?
It could be relationships that are broken in your family, whether it be, you know, friendships, you know, ordained relationships. You know, the enemy will come in all kinds of ways.
What else?
The devastation of breached resolve, lack of caring effort.
So you get offended and now you stop putting in the effort. You stop caring. I'm here, but I just really don't care, you know, what happens.
Yeah, because like I think we talked about, you know, the example of, you know, somebody like, well, I'm going to do the word. I ain't going to get a divorce, but you're going to stay in the house, but you ain't going to talk to the other person, and you're going to stay in a separate room. You know, you're still not doing the word. So you're selective in the word that you're going to do.
And if you're either doing the word or you're not doing the word. You can't be partially doing the word. You know, I think if you partially do the word, you're violating the word in some aspect.
Oh, Jesus,
and then what else? What was the next one we looked at?
The devastation of blindness to reason.
So all of a sudden now, you know, reason's out the window. So you make these impromptu decisions out of being offended. So I'm offended on my job, so I quit. I'm out of here. And you got rent due, bills due, formula needed, baby diapers, and all that stuff. Road rage.
When you're offended, it's so hard to hear reasoning.
It's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right, well, stay broke with your broke self then. I don't want to hear it. And so, you know,
that's why you need a righteous influence in your ears.
That's why they need to be in your mentoring program.
Hallelujah.
You talking in tongues? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Your mentoring program.
You need somebody that's going to tell you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear, because many times when you get offended, you don't even see the word for what it says.
That's right.
You not rightly dividing the word of truth. You
be hearing what you want to hear. You be hearing what you want to hear. So ladies, you need to get in the mentoring program if you're not in it.
You got until Sunday, August 4th, you know, unless you missed it already. Oh, well.
And LCD, get your tail in a mentoring program.
Yes, that's coming up for all the men that are out there, too. You can sign up shortly.
And so, you know, because offense can come, and because there's so many opportunities, because of devastation, we also were talking about these spiritual regiments that you gotta, you know, that you could put in place, because, you know, Jesus is our example. He's our example of it. And I think we talked about in service, you know, if Jesus is the model for us, and everybody and their mama got offended at Jesus. You know, we thought everybody got offended, but yet he never got offended back. And we talked about hometown people got offended, his family got offended, religious people got offended, his staff got offended. I mean, everybody and their mama got offended, and we don't ever see Jesus get offended.
Yeah, I always say this Bible is so big because God tried to show us everything that we would probably get involved in or have situations we would have. And so he wanted to show us how to handle and get out of every situation we may encounter.
Yeah. And so, you know, if Jesus didn't get offended, it shows us that we don't have to get offended. We don't have to get offended. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that we'll close it because we're out of time. That, what I have to be willing to do, foundation, there's other stuff. We have to get that next time. But what I have to be willing to do is attempt to resolve stuff. I gotta be willing to attempt to resolve. I'm teaching an online class right now, depending on when you watch this, and we're talking about the tunnel of chaos. You remember that?
Oh,
talking about the tunnel of chaos.
The tunnel of chaos.
You should take some of my online classes. The tunnel of chaos. The tunnel of chaos is simply this, because you gotta be willing to go resolve it. The tunnel of chaos is a place where we meet. We don't Skype, we don't FaceTime, we don't Zoom. We sit at a table and we put all the issues on the table. We put them on the table. My hurts, my pains, work my nerve, what you did, what I feel. We're just honest. We're authentically honest with one another, and we go through the tunnel of chaos with a purpose of coming out on the other side reconciled.
Yes.
And the foundation regimen, when I'm offended, is not praying. I need to go pray. No, you don't. I need to just be quiet. No, you don't. I need to just not deal with it. No, you don't. The Bible is clear, Matthew 5, Matthew 18. If you got a problem with your brother, or your brother's a problem with you, stop what you're doing. Don't even give money to the church and go be reconciled.
Yeah, and what's good about the tunnel of chaos, it gets you to focus on resolution.
Yes.
And many of us, when we get offended, we want to get as far away from the person as possible. We don't even want to look at them. We don't want to see them. We don't want to talk about them.
Right.
But the tunnel of chaos forces you to communicate so that you can build resolution and build forgiveness, in the process.
I just got something while you were talking.
What?
I just got something. When we're offended, we're so focused on redemption. But God says focus on reconciliation.
Yeah.
He'll redeem us. You can't redeem yourself.
You can't redeem yourself. No.
This is not coupon. I come to redeem something. You got to turn around and work on reconciliation.
Amen.
So that's the foundational
and
regimen.
God says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. How many?
Least you give place to the devil.
Y'all like, why is the devil having a field day in my house?
Because you won't
in
reconcile.
My home, my situation.
You won't reconcile.
Because many of y'all ain't dealing with your issues and reconciling before the sun goes down.
She told you, didn't she? This is a really good.
Because I'll be honest, I could be a hot mess sometimes.
Yes,
but I will be a hot mess for only an hour or two, and then I'm going to resolve it.
Yes, you are. And even in a hot mess, she's a hottie. Yes, ma'am. And so, people look at our marriage and go, well, if it was just like dish and pastation. No, I don't know if they want this. I don't know if they want this. We got issues, but we're committed to
but I
reconcile.
try. I really try.
No, you
I
do.
always try to do the word.
It takes two.
But if I mess up, I'm going to make restitution, and I'm going to ask for forgiveness and keep it moving, because I ain't getting in trouble with God. No, none of y'all, not him, nobody is worth missing out on what God has for me. And y'all have to have the same mentality.
That's right. So, a lot of great stuff, man. We got more to give you, man, but this has been a great teaching.
Yes.
That I'm one of them. And you got to be one of them.
You're going to be one of them too. We speak it in the name of Jesus.
All right, questions for today. You got questions?
Oh,
questions for today. There's a lot you can give on this.
There could be so many questions.
So, all right, we're starting. What are we doing? We're doing the questions. You want me to do it?
Yes, go first. Let me see.
This whole thing on offense, let's be real, okay? So, question is, are you in an offense state now? Honestly, are you in an offense state? Be honest, man. Be honest. Right now. And if you are, let's talk about that. How did you get there? Was it misguided expectations? What was it? How did you get there? And what do you need to do? Now, if the answer is no, there's a couple of group of you watching this, answer is no. Let's talk about, were you ever in an offense? And if you were in offense, how did you handle it? What did you do to correct it?
And what were some of the tricks of the enemy? How has he?
Is that a different question?
You can, it can be a part. When you were in offense, or if you are in offense, or when you were in offense, what are some of the back doors that the enemy tried to come in and backdoor you based upon the different mistakes that we talked about? Was it mistakes that were against you, malice against you, misguided expectations? Like many times people had expectations. Did you have expectations of people prior to hearing this message? Yeah. Do you not now? And if you did, how did you deal with them?
Yeah.
Mistakes against others, or the mistakes against potential others that you saw happen to them. So talk about that. And now, what are you doing
it's
now?
The third question.
Third question. Yes. Now that you know this information, what are you doing? What have you done? in order to start changing, and so that you can now be one of them and not operate in offense anymore.
And the cool thing is, when my heart is right towards God and my why I'm doing is to do everything unto Him be pleasing, then your motive for doing this, even when you don't want to do it, is I love Him and I want Him to be pleased. So it doesn't really become about the person now. It's no longer about them. It's about me making sure my life is glorifying God.
And remember what Jesus said, what I shall do, you shall do greater. So there's not an excuse, well, I ain't Jesus.
Right.
He said, well, what I do and did,
you're not
you
him,
shall
but he
do
said,
greater.
He said that what He did, we would do and do greater.
Yes.
So there's no excuse.
No excuse.
Except you being fleshy and trifling.
And God says you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you.
We got to go, man. I don't even know where we are on time, but it's right on time to close. We got to go, man.
Amen.
We love y'all so much. Listen, we got a lot going on.
Yes.
A lot going on. Couples, married couples, date night coming up. Marriage date night coming up. Men are going to Detroit, man. Israel meeting. Small groups coming up. We're
and
about
women, we got something coming for y'all too.
But
We're excited
small
about.
groups,
Yes.
we're about to launch this Overcomer series, man, for small groups. Lot going on.
Yes.
Let's get everybody in a small group. We love y'all, man.
Love y'all.
We always close this way, no matter where you are, what you're doing, what you're dealing with, what you're experiencing. You need to remember, there's victory in it, in one place and one place only. Where is that, girl?
In Christ Jesus.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.